forget to follow Dr. C on Instagram, Twitter, Mixcloud, and Twitch at doc_TOR_CEE. That's DOC_TOR_CEE.
So right now it's Dr. C, the dancehall surgeon, in the hot seat, and I have a special guest with me today, the one and only Mr. Kabaka Pyramid. Wagwan, brother.
Blessed love.
Bless up every time. Bless up every time. Thanks for taking some time out of your US tour to reason with me about the new album and thing.
Yeah, man, my there, man.
So basically, Kabaka, the latest album dropped a week or so ago. I am kind of vexed because I missed the listening session. I was on a plane from Florida back to Manchester.
Yeah.
So we missed out that, but I got the copy of the album and I put it on and I said, okay, well, go on with this. So then the man them said, yeah, you can have a reasoning with Kabaka. So it's been a couple of years since Contraband, like 3-4 years since Contraband. We've had COVID. So tell me what the Kalling is all about.
No, it's really about what we've been doing over the pandemic. I mean, just been in studio with gang for the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, really from Contraband days, the connection been constant,
Okay.
Yeah, and this album now, difference with it and Contraband. Contraband, gang produced like 5 of the songs himself.
Okay.
But this album, he produced all of them.
Okay, so he's the executive production on the whole album.
Yeah, definitely. Executive and actual beat making and production, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So this is really a collaborative album with me and Gang. And it's kind of a fusion of both of our ideas of music and songwriting and everything,
Yeah, because I can definitely hear a good fusion going on in there. Obviously, you are one of the baddest lyricists them around. So when it comes to lyrics, you're full of them. You know what I mean? So, and we can hear that. We've known that from a good while. All my listeners, them know when you play a Kabaka song, them it's not normal. And some of the songs them on here are some different songs, brother.
Yeah, give thanks, man. Give thanks. We definitely try to step up the thing. And the lyrics has always been there, but, we try to make them more relatable with this album, and make sure that people can follow along with what I say, even though it's super lyrical and thing, but that's something where Gang actually helped me a lot with.
Okay.
Because he's another lyrical artist out there, but you're always able to get the full idea of what he's saying. You know what I mean? It's not like too abstract or anything like that.
No.
So he helped me a lot with the songwriting with that,
So, like in terms of this album now, obviously the last album, Contraband, had some big collabs. There are some big collabs on this. I'm going to kick it off with the title track, The Kalling. So that track there features obviously yourself, Stephen Marley, Jesse Ryle, Proto. How did that title track come around? And a one expensive piece of dubplate song, that still, but how did you Soundman, radio DJ, you have to see these things,
Real thing, man.
So how did that title track?
I mean, yeah, so we had the song idea already from a previous session.
Okay.
And I had my verses already recorded and thing, and we wanted Steve Marley to sing the chorus.
Okay.
So we actually arranged a session with him, and it so happened that the day we were going to studio, it was after a show in Miami that Protege and Jesse was on.
Okay.
And so when we were going to studio to record Steve Marley and it, we just invite Proto them and say, forward at the studio, come all a vibe with it. There was no plan to even do this song in particular. It just, the vibes was just there at the time. You know what I mean? And we always knew that, the whole concept of this song with, the Rastafari energy amongst the youths and the younger generation is like, it would be good to have ones like, Proto, Jesse, ones that I forward up with as far as, our generation and all, people would have said a revival or whatever them call it, you know what I mean? But it was just a vibe, and we just did it in studio and the man them start pencil out them verses and record some demos and then after that we just fine tune everything, and it was a joy.
So explain the actual name of the album and the song. So The Kalling, what is What is the calling?
Well, I mean, it's really just from the song, you know, Rastafari calling, you know, and it's really just the Most High calling on us to do a work and perform a duty, you know. And that's how I see it, you know, the music is a mission, and everybody has a certain role and a certain purpose to fulfill in our life, and this is our mission with the music, to spread the message, awakening consciousness, all of them things. So that's really what the calling is about.
For real. Okay, so then we have, I'm not gonna go to Mystic Man. Nah, I got this right now. I know, so I bet everybody started off with you and Mystic Man. No, later on we get to that part. So we have Red, Gold and Green, which has been circulating for a little while on the circuit and doing some serious things with you and Damien, which is obviously you and Damien, like the Contraband combination is a big combination. It's doing good things in the street. So what about performances wise? You know, like you're on tour now. Are you dropping that song while you're out there?
Man, definitely. It's already a fan favorite. You know, it's a big song in the set. Yeah, man, you know, tour Europe and us performing it most nights and things too. So yeah, it's definitely a joy to see how people just, you know, grab onto that song from it just released, you know.
Then we have some other combinations as well. We have the combination Grateful with you and Jamari Morgan. I like the vibe because it's a total vibe, because not everybody is grateful, you know. And true. You know, what would you say you personally, Kabaka, are grateful for at this moment in time?
I mean, just, you know, the opportunity to work with somebody like Gang, you know, kind of being a part of the family and just really allowing the music to take a whole different level, you know, a whole, you know, different direction and step up the thing, you know, and the team I have around me, the band, the group, you know, everybody is a family, you know, so I just have to give thanks to all of them things. It's really them things that we're grateful for, the fact that we can do music without selling out and still have success, you know what I mean?
For real. They're the things what we want to hear, especially from artists like yourself. And again, Jamari features on a next song on the album, which is Energy. When you're on the road or when you're working as an artist, you know, you have the studio vibes and you have them energies in the studio. But what do you find drains your energy as an artist more time?
Only for things, man. Only for things. You have people you have people who just expect them are gonna get things from artists just because them is artists. You know what I mean? And you have this sense of entitlement, like, because we have certain level of successes, like it's almost like we owe people to give handouts and forgive, you know, dub plate and forgive all kind of things. You know what I mean? No, I mean, you don't know. Me no mind, you know, one hand wash the other, and we can do things that is mutually beneficial. So, you know what I mean? All of them kind of thing. But you have some people where them just want a strength from you, and them just want something from you without giving something back. You know what I mean? And it's like a them thing that drain out the energy.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because I think people obviously see artists and see you as artists, and it's always what you can do for them.
Exactly.
And don't forget that you are a human being as well. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, trust me. So we have to deal with that a lot.
Yes, you have to. I can imagine. And simple things. That's why I say I am personally grateful that you took some time out of the tour just to even talk to me right now, because I can imagine you have 1,000,001 interview and the same thing everybody has said to you. But
cool,
you know, as the next song says, we have to make things work. Cause more time you have to just you dealt a hand in life, and you have to deal with that hand. So that song that make things work, is that like a personal? You know, are these songs drawn from personal experience or the hands that you've been dealt?
Yeah, man, definitely. Because even when you check the video that we did for it, it was like footage from in studio, making the album, footage from the first tour that we did when that song came out. So it's really just about how we make everything work and how we put in the work to achieve what we want to achieve. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you have a feature on there, Natalia. So who is Natalia? With stand up. Who is Natalia? Cause I'm not really too familiar.
Yeah. So this actually It's actually like her first song stepping out as a performing artist. She's been a songwriter and many songs like Lighter with Shenseea and Taros. And a bunch of stuff on Shenseea album. You know, she's doing some wicked works over there in LA. And I'm actually linked up with her through Gangs, Keezy, and co-producer Young Poe.
Okay.
And so that's the whole connection there. And I was in LA and we ended up writing the song together and all of that. And, you know, it was a joy. Like, she's a super talented vocalist and songwriter. Like, her melodies is some straight pop level thing, you know what I mean?
Definitely. You can hear that come out in the song. So, you know, it's good that artists who are just trying to get themselves known out there and you're featuring them, like Natalia. Sure. Also, I can't pronounce the brother name still. Answele?
Answele, yeah. Answele.
Okay, let me get it right still. Because he's been around a little while still. He's been around a little while, but his vocals are some serious vocals. And I know he's featured on one of the tracks of the album. Is it Life is Everything?
Life is Everything, yeah.
Again, how did that link up come around?
It's the same, similar to Young Power as well. He's really Young Power artist, and he has a bunch of releases through the Ghetto Youth Camp and thing. And, you know, him in the Florida area with us. So, you know, it's it's always a vibe in the studio, and he will come through regular and just vibe with us. And, you know what I mean? He may even sing background vocals and make things work too. Some of them sweet harmonies the way I hear a PM voice, you know.
See, yeah, because I know he's had a few little songs out there like Serious and Giant Control and them things. So people go and check out Answele as well, you know, because we're going with some things. And as you see, Kabaka Pyramid. If you're just locked in now, you need a beating because you miss out part of the interview. But we're talking to Kabaka Pyramid about the brand new album, The Kalling. So we reach the serious part of the album now. We reach the part of the album where it takes a little turn in the middle of the album where we hear Kabaka drop with some Rastaman love song now. We say like so like Safe right there is one of them, is the Rastaman love song. And then you got draft with the bad lyricist. Big up Tifa every time, you know. Tifa, big up yourself every time. But when she featured on Mr. Rasta, man, I'm listening to the song. I said, oh my gosh, does Kabaka know what he's getting into? How did the link up work there, Kabaka?
Yeah, so we really connect. I know her from a long time still, but we reconnect through the Survival 76 track with Joe Merce and Skip Marley and Aiden Sasko, me and Tifa and that song as well. Mm-hmm. And we just end up message her and just say, oh, you know, if you're there in Florida, we're there studio tonight, if you can forward through and come all a vibe. And yeah, she did forward, and when the beat the start play, we just start right. Like she come up with the first line, you know, hey, oh, Mr. Rastaman and Ray, and from that we just write off the whole song quick. You know, and it was just a vibe, and we just record it same night. Busy Signal was in the studio, so when you hear the part about Big It Up, that Busy Signal voice, that you know what I mean? Yeah, it was a vibe, you know. Not how we did that night, it was a crazy vibe, you know.
Why? It sounds like a real vibe. It's look like me in the wrong place. I should have stayed in Florida, Kabaka.
It's a vibe out there. It's a vibe. I won't tell her.
I was in Florida. Big up the family. Big up the crew of West Palm. Big up the crew of Hollywood. Big up the whole of Florida.
Yeah, for sure. No, because I must say, Jamaica did lockdown for most of the pandemic. So when we're there in Florida now, we have a little freedom to do certain things, and you know, we're not worried about curfew and all of them something. You know what I mean? So it was a breath of fresh air for their Florida in the pandemic. Not tell me that.
So, and how did it feel? I mean, obviously from the sound of it, a lot of this album and the recording took place in Florida. Do you normally record outside of Jamaica?
Just when I work in the gang.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, for the most part, I'm in Jamaica. But through this album process, you could say I kind of relocate, you know what I mean? So I'm mostly there now, and thing, I have my vocal set up and stuff too. You know, where I'm there, so I'm still a record a lot there, but you don't know, Jamaica is still the home base.
Yeah, 90 minutes flight, so you can't really complain. And like 9.5 hours to the UK, you know, so.
It's true.
So the thing go. So then we have our next bad song, but I'm not going to talk about that bad song there yet. I want to talk about addiction, because I listen to addiction, and you know, every day I look around the place. I'm guilty of it as well, but you have that smartphone, that thing in your hand. Is that where it does come from? What is our natural vibes? That how did you come up with the addiction song?
Yeah, it's like, I want to tell you, it's just really the pandemic, you know, and I feel like just being, you know, locked down and all of them things, it just kind of forced us into this social media thing.
Yeah.
You know, it forced us into, you know, we couldn't socialize physically with nobody. You know, so we just locked into phones and technology and Uber Eats and Amazon delivery and all of them things. There's just, that's how the whole world go. So, you know what I mean? It's just, that's really the inspiration for the song, and just really check in with your own mental health, you know, and make sure say you're not dependent on these things. It's really just a check, you know, it's an honest reflection. Yeah.
Man. So how does it feel now after COVID and you're back on the road? How does it feel performing for the people then now?
Yeah, it feels great. I almost feel like back to normal. You know what I mean? And yeah, I can't complain at all. The shows them nice. The show last night was sold out. You know, and the people them love the music. You know, and them hungry for the album songs. It's just a good vibe, you know. I did end up touring with a US reggae band during the pandemic, and you know, we had to be taking COVID tests and wearing masks and all of them kind of things.
Yeah.
So that was a whole different vibe, you know. But now, you know, now everything kind of back to normal.
See.
You know, somebody catch a cold and nobody now panic.
Well, I'm not, to be honest, from me reach back at England, like my nose block up on these things, and people not looking at me. If I make too little cough, people not really looking at me no way now.
Exactly.
so it feels like, feels back to normal. So then we also have the ganja song. Obviously, we need a ganja song in there. So Black Am I, big up Black Am I every time. Another obviously in the camp doing some serious work. On the song Mary Jane. So then we have a couple of songs which I left out, and I think we really need to. Let me start with the one where when you hear a rhythm, as a person who's been around a while like myself, when I hear a rhythm, like blank start busting on my head, like a beer going out at them. I'm hear the rhythm. I heard the fadeaway rhythm kicking, and from my ear the do. And then my ear Buju. And I just put the album on, you know. I wasn't checking because I don't like to know what's coming. I just listen. So then me hear the rhythm and me hear Buju voice, and it's like I'm going beer black. So tell me that, where did this song come from? Because Fade Away is one of the biggest reggae anthems from when it dropped from back in the 70s. So so how did you draw that song? And was the song already done, and then it was like we draw Buju, or did you say to Buju, yo Buju, where I work on a thing? And tell me how the whole combination went.
Well, we knew we wanted to sample that record, and we did a kind of different version of that, the beat that you're hearing now, and that, you know, I wrote to that, I recorded, and we always knew we wanted Buju on. You know, he was the only option we did after that one, and we sent it to him. He recorded. You know, we was in Florida. We recorded in Jamaica. And sent me. And when we hear what he did, it's like we said, no, I forgot old school with that rhythm, you know. You know, we have to really, I was trying to do like a modern thing, you know, some 808s and them kind of thing, but we said, no. Yeah, because we are trying to go for a real single, like modern, you know. But then now, here we Gargamel do on it. It's like, no, we have to take it back to the original. And it's like, I went on tour and came back, and then Gang played what he did for me, and I was like, yo, it's crazy. And the man dropped all the the drum machine them and the keyboard them was Steely and Clevie used to use the original thing there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The original hardware them. And that's why it have that sound there, that's authentic, you know what I mean?
That's already a hit. From the couple of days the album's been out there, people are already saying, faded away.
Crazy.
The next expensive dubplate that as well, you know, sound man.
Expensive, brother, expensive.
Big song. So there was obviously Faded Away. Then we have two songs where I have to say R.I.P. to some legendary singers, obviously Peter Tosh and the legendary Eddie Fitzroy as well. So let's talk about Easy Ride, because I don't think many people probably even realized it was Eddie Fitzroy in there. But where did that song come from? Because it's not a common artist for people to draw for, though.
Yeah, that's all Gang, you know.
Oh, okay.
He had that idea. That was one of the first songs to be recorded actually on the album.
Right.
I was still in Jamaica at the time and he sent me the beat, and it was interesting because it sounds like you say easy rocking, but you know, people who know the song know him saying easy ride and don't spread no riot.
Yeah.
And Gang sent me this song at the time when, like, you know, no rioting did go on in the US over the killings.
Okay.
You know, so it was, it's like, man, I said, how am I gonna write to this now?
It's a good while ago then.
Yeah, from 2020. That was 2020.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That song was recorded, and I just, you know, I just kind of took the bigger picture look at it, like, yeah, you know, they might fight you through with melanin and all of them things, but at the end of the day, it's only love I go really save humanity. You know what I mean? And it's like we have to look for overcome all of this stuff we're going on, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's really the meds with that song, and you know, it just the drum and bass, the bass line sick. You know, it's just one of them records that from you hear it just give you a vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them, and it's like I see some people who are maybe not as old as myself or don't listen to older reggae music wouldn't probably recognize the Eddie Fitzroy and the certain bits of the rhythm and thing. And for me, that was something which I really like because he has a very distinctive voice.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And it just complements the whole song in a big way.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, again, speaking of R.I.P., obviously the album kicked off with probably what is the biggest song, because this song I've seen on Twitter people going crazy over this song. Mystic Man
Man as the biggest song.
Why? Right now, if Peter Tosh was alive, I don't know. The Bujo song and the Peter Tosh song, I'm seeing all over Twitter. And that's how you can judge these things, you know?
Of course. The genuine feedback and things. Yeah, no man, is a huge record. I think Addiction is probably my favorite, but Mystic Man is probably my second favorite on the whole album. You know what I mean? And it really just speaks to you know, the uniqueness of even my style. And cause when you check the record, you know, the original record, you know, Peter Tosh, I tell you what him don't do and certain things.
Man say don't drink no champagne, you know.
Don't drink no champagne, you know.
Don't take no pill and
no soda pop, no hamburger. Okay, no. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So I just kind of use that to introduce myself to the people with the album and thing, and just a vibe, kind of have that hip hop vibe almost. A little bit of a UK hip-hop kind of feel to it too, you know? Yeah,
because there are some elements, there are some trap elements in there, some grimy elements in the whole album, little touches here and there.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
So you'd say Addiction is your favorite, then followed by Mystic Man. But like I said, like Easy Ride, I think Easy Ride is one of my favorites. Then obviously the Bujo song, Tifa, big up Tifa every time. You know, there's a mixture. There's a whole heap of things. Obviously, Red, Gold, and Green is already out there. It's doing the circuit. How many of these songs have you performed whilst you're on the road now?
I want to tell you, since this US tour, we're doing about 8 songs every night.
Wow, okay. That's not normal though, because normally people are, you might touch 1 or 2 songs, but 8 songs after the album is. And what's the response been like?
Them love it. Them love the song. You want to hear when Kalling drop on stage? Problem.
Mad.
You know, and Red, Gold and Green is already a hit to the fans them. You know, Mystic Man, which we do Mystic Man to crazy.
Yo, so I can just imagine. And speaking of touring then, so obviously you're touring the US now. Is there any plans in line for a UK tour? Yeah, we're looking at next spring. Okay. And then we'll come back to the festivals in the summer. So Europe, UK, you know, we'll just knock out same time. See, so UK people, you hear it, or wherever you're watching or listening from, you heard it. Could be next spring 2023. The Kalling Kabaka Pyramid is gonna be hopefully on the shores of the UK. So Kabaka, you know, before I let you go, I know we kind of push for time, but quickly. So while you're on the road and stuff, and what you listen to? What's on your iPod or what's in your headphones? What you're listening to at this moment, or when you're just having a vibe, or when you're looking to write some material? Do you have certain things that you listen to, where you go to? No, I mean, you know, generally, me like to listen only for hip hop. You know, me listen like man like Black Thought and them man they all that. You know, but right now, I listen Proto album. You know, I try to keep current with what going on in the music. You know, and you know, I really like Proto project. I think it's really one for his fan base, like people who really love him style. You know, it really just consolidate. You know that, and it show him growth as a vocalist and thing too. You know, I really love how the album sound, the mix them clean and everything. You know what I mean? It's a really solid album, sure. Yeah, well, Proto's been putting in the work for a while, just like yourself. You know what I mean? Just like yourself. Sure. And when it comes to stuff like, you know, back, like maybe in the earlier parts of your career, it was a case of where we see dancehall and reggae currently moving away from, you know, the rhythm juggling. You know, back in the days, you had like the Rising Sun and them Tropical Escape, where you was on a rhythm juggling. Is that something you prefer, or you prefer to be like, apart from the album, obviously, because the album is album tracks, but you prefer to be working on rhythms or with people or other producers, or you prefer the single thing right now? I mean, you know, early in the career, the rhythm juggling helped you to get your name out there. So I think it's an important thing for young artists. But I think, you know, the industry is more artist-centric now than producer-centric. So you find that even, you know, there was a point where I was recording and juggling and things, and, you know, my fans would only know the songs if I push them. You know, you find like less of that reach where, you know, say, your voice with this rhythm and this producer, you know, everybody are gonna get your song. You know, and the things kind of move away. I guess too, so much music putting out now and so much artists putting out singles. It's like, it's hard for the DJ them keep track now, and then when you get a juggling, maybe you only play 2 songs or 3 rather than back in the day when the whole juggling would have bust, because it's more quality and less quantity, you know? Yeah, for real. And to be honest, nowadays, you're back in the days when I come from the day where you buy a record, and if you buy it, you gotta play it because you buy it. You know, nowadays people are download things and they just download them for the sake of download. So, you know, people, if you buy, make sure you support the music. You know, go out there and buy the album them. You know, it's not like back in the day. A single them cheap nowadays. You understand? 99 cents on these things. We're talking about the Kalling Kabaka Pyramid. So Kabaka, I know we're kind of rushed for time, so thanks for joining me. Let the people them know where they can catch you on the socials, for those people who are addicted to the socials. You know, make sure addiction. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, Kabaka Pyramid, KABAKAPYRAMID. You know, I'm on IG, you know, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, where they have me join TikTok. Oh, you're gone on the TikTok business. Yeah, me just, you know, you have to keep current to the younger generation, you know. Do you find that a bit of a struggle now, because times are moving so quickly, and you know, 1 minute it was Facebook, then it's Instagram, Snapchat, then we go on the TikTok, and I'm sure there's some other things out there.
I never did really do the Snapchat one enough, but you don't know, everything kind of gone to TikTok. So what me do now, me just post what me I post. I don't really even scroll through it and things because them I try program me with what them I show me, you know. Like TikTok is a thing where you're seeing a lot of stuff from people where you don't follow. You know, and so you have to be careful with that now. That is where the algorithm them come in and them I try program you certain way. So
that is where the addiction catch you.
Yeah, but you know, we're independent artists. We have to you know, put out with music and really interact with the fans them. So that's why we use the social media. But you know, you can't make it control you.
So anyway, Kabaka Pyramid, thanks for joining me. Thanks for giving me some of your time to talk about the brand new album, The Kalling. Manners and respect every time, brother. Before you take your leave and jump on the tour bus and all these things, give us a couple of lines from any of your choice from the album.
Alright, what you know. Wake up in the morning as I open up my eyes. I see my phone line right next beside. Now I'm gonna make a minute pass before I take it up, go up on Instagram and check my timeline. Scrolling and swiping before I brush my teeth. Probing and liking before my cup of tea. Check how much new followers I get from last week. Then I post a picture where I know the likes I go peak. Addiction. Can't control this addiction. I forget the next prescription. Yeah.
Man. Manners and respect every time, brother. Take care. Have a good tour. See you in spring.
Don't forget to follow Dr. C on Instagram, Twitter, Mixcloud, and Twitch at doc_TOR_CEE. That's DOC_TOR_CEE.